Welcome to the Once Upon a Sunday Fantasy Football Podcast with your hosts, Josh Kimmel, Dave Campbell, and Justin Bauerle.
Welcome to Once Upon a Sunday Fantasy Football Podcast. With me is my buddies, Dave, Justin, and myself. We're here to break down some starts and sits of the week. I like the way we do our format now. We don't even just say start this guy or sit this guy. We give two guys and we just debate it out and then we figure it out on the show as a team. I like that. Make sure you go ahead and follow us on X. Dave says nobody calls it X, but I call it X now.
No, you don't. Nobody calls it X.
Call it
Stop.
the proper name.
I still
OUS.
Twitter at work all the time.
It's Twitter.
It is Twitter. OUSFF Pod. At Josh Kimmel OUS, at Viking Dave 18, and at Justin Bauerle. And of course, most importantly, the at Fins Talk Sports Network. If you're an audio listener, please go to our YouTube page, youtube.com/probably Fins Talk Sports Network. Anything else to plug before I go? Because I want to get right into it. I really want to get into these topics.
Go buy a shirt.
Well, I mean,
They don't have the link for that, Dave. That's for us.
Well, post it.
apparently.
You're supposed to post it somewhere. That's what I'm telling them. I'm out here, I'm being your male model. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to look this good, but
Dave's out here
you know.
like, hey, Justin doesn't have enough work. Justin, finish our store so everybody can buy our merch.
Yes.
I got a hat too, but that's in the closet. Then,
Meanwhile, I'll just show up to like one show a week. Justin do everything.
He barely made this show, guys. He barely.
barely.
Made this show.
That's why
Oh,
I'm on the
late.
phone again, because I didn't have time to set up my computer. My girls are downstairs. I barely just finished eating dinner, literally like 8 minutes ago. So
The life
that's
of
why
a
I'm here.
mediocre fantasy podcaster is very tough. Dave has no time for this.
very.
But it's okay. Hey, I flexed on someone, some random loser on Twitter today in your super league, Justin,
Yeah.
where I'm first place,
That's
where
all.
I'm probably the best team of all time. Literally, because there's only been one season. And yes, I drafted Swift, a running back 5. We're going to talk about him later. But I just want to get into this. Like, how are we doing? How are we feeling about fantasy right now? Are we winning? Are we losing? I want to start with Dave. I know you're losing a lot of leagues I'm in just because that's just the way life is. But how are you doing in all your leagues?
I don't know about a lot. How about you rephrase that?
Dave.
First
you
of all,
own. Hold on. You own Royal Flush.
I do own. You're right. I took too many chances in that league and it backfired. I'm not sad about it. It happens. I took a risk. You know what? And it backfired. You should have not drafted Jonathan Taylor and Cooper Kupp, and I didn't realize Watson was going to be a piece of crap. So I took too many chances.
Chris,
It went
did
back
you
on
hear
me.
that? Did you hear that? I probably shouldn't have drafted Cooper Kupp and Jonathan Taylor. That's what I said.
Listen, if I would have taken a
at
chance
the
on one
draft.
of them, it would have been okay. But I took a chance on them both. One, Cooper Kupp was only supposed to miss like a week or two, maybe. He ended up missing 4. Jonathan Taylor obviously had his whole issue. Christian Watson ended up getting hurt and being a bum anyways. Listen, I'm in last place in that league. I've won the most championships in that league, so I'm allowed to have a bad year. I literally have the most championships more than everybody else combined, so I don't want to hear shit. Secondly, I don't know of any other leagues that I'm not doing well in that you're talking about. Any pay leagues. There may be some cheap leagues that I don't barely set my lineup in.
All I wanted to hear was in Royal Flush, the league you said you own.
There's no saying. It's just a fact. It's a fact. But yes,
Chris
I'm
Girardi,
in
our
last.
buddy, told me you were going to win that league by far in the best team ever.
I still might. The game's not season's not over yet.
That's
Until
all I
it's
wanted to
over,
get.
I'm not
That's all I
done.
wanted to get out of you. This is my season. Look, this is the 2019, Josh. I'm back.
You're
I'm
not.
back
Calm
forever.
down. You have a
Justin,
few really good teams, though. I'll give you that.
I know. Justin, how you feeling about the season so far as a whole?
I have 9 of 12 teams over 500, and most of them are over 750. So I am doing great. I do better in the dynasty leagues.
Where you get free players?
Yeah, I've seen some of the trades you've made. I don't know how that's happening.
Scott
And I've
Fitzgerald,
swindled some people.
I'm taking a hit over the last 2 weeks, but no, I'm doing fairly good. There's one league where I don't get it. One guy just seems to give me all of his best players.
And
Justin Fields is now my 3rd best quarterback on my roster. So,
I mean, he's probably the 3rd best quarterback on the Bears roster too. So,
better than the Vikings quarterback.
Oh,
I don't know about that. We'll
Josh
see.
Dobbs
I'd rather
draft.
take Josh Dobbs over. I would literally take Josh Dobbs over Fields. Not in fantasy. But in real life, I would.
Well, we're talking about fantasy football here, Dave. So get with the program.
Josh was talking about real life.
Yeah, but I will say this: it's been a fun season. It's been a hell of a season, as in every week it seems like somebody's going after the waiver wire because everyone's injured. So it's been a very stressful season. I will tell you this: in my home league, where I'm not doing so well, and I'm not going to talk about my team, but just in general, I started out bad, 0-3. Everyone on my team's hurt. The guy, my nemesis, one of my best friends, Davey, his team was off the charts, this and that, the fucking best, making fun of me nonstop. Well, guess what? Now my players are healthy, and I'm fucking second in points per game since week 3. He's at the bottom, literally dead last, because guess what? All of his players are hurt now. How's it fucking feel to have your players hurt? How's it feel? Right? You're bragging now? No, you're not. And it goes for everyone. Your team could be up here right now, and then all of a sudden you lose Justin Jefferson, you lose Jimmy Garoppolo, you lose all these players, and now you're at the bottom. It's just been a crazy year. Crazy.
That just shows you that you can never give up. I mean, you can be 0-3, 0-4. You can turn it around. You just got to start this week, and we've been saying that for weeks now. I started a league 0-3. I'm 5-3 now. So
Yep.
You just got to make one move at a time, and sometimes it might sound like a complete gamble. It's a risk, but hey, you're already gonna lose. Like, you're already losing anyway. So what's worse than last place? Nothing. It's only up. So make those moves.
Take gambles. All right, let's get right into the main topics of the show. We only have the starts and sits debates of the week, and we're going to start with the quarterback position. This one, Dave, I posted all of them in the group chat, and I'm surprised that you did not go, that's an easy one, So thank you for that.
I saw y'all talking, and they were easy ones, but I was like, let me not start today. I'm too busy for this shit right now.
All right, so the first debate we're going to have is Tua. I don't know. I really don't know how to pronounce his last name. I'm terrible. I can't even say
Tagovailoa.
whatever. I can't even say Harry Keneal. I don't even know his name.
Nikhil
Right?
Harry.
Whatever his name is. Or Gardner Minshew this week. Who are we starting? We have Gardner Minshew versus Houston. Tua on the road, and so is Mahomes. But they're both on the road in Germany in the 9:30 game. Who we starting? Who we feeling comfortable with? Dave, you said it's easy. Go.
I'm gonna start Tua. Simple shit. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Minshew's been playing really, really well. I think I got him in a league. Luckily, that I had to pick him up because I had no other quarterbacks, and he's been doing fine. I'm just not benching Tua. I'm sorry. This is another one of those things where I don't care if Minshew outscores Tua. I'm not benching Tua for Minshew. I'm just not. So I'll let you guys debate that. Go ahead.
You're gonna hear no arguments from me here. I'm starting Tua. I don't even care that he's playing the Chiefs defense. If you looked at their flight plans this for the Germany game, they're not leaving until Thursday afternoon. They're gonna immediately go right into a walkthrough on Friday, another walkthrough on Saturday, and then game on Sunday. That's only 2 days to really adjust to the European time zone. Like that's not really enough time, and you're going to assume there's going to be a little bit of struggling from the Chiefs, even though they just got kind of spanked. Not spanked, but lost to the Denver Broncos. They're going to want to come out and win. I don't think they're going to be ready for the Dolphins. The Dolphins are already in Germany, so they're going to be ready to go.
So Tua's quarterback 5 right now. Is he quarterback 5? I think he's quarterback 5 in the season. The problem is with Tua is he does have great games against cupcakes like Carolina, like New England, like every other team that they've beaten up. Against the good teams, against Buffalo, against Philadelphia, he's been very, 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 very bad. Quarterback 23 against Philadelphia, quarterback 18 against Buffalo. I mean, it's already out there in the world. If you watch any NFL Network show or you're on Twitter, you hear Dolphins are frauds. They can't beat anybody. Now they're going to play somebody. They're going to play Kansas City, who is number 4 against the quarterbacks in fantasy this season. The only teams better: Dallas, Buffalo, and Baltimore. Dallas only averages 176 passing yards against. That's average. They only give up 14.5 points to the quarterback position on average. And Tua has shown that he can struggle against top defenses and top teams. I'm not saying that I want to bench Tua. I'm still going to play Tua over Gardner Minshew, but it is something to look at. It's a 9:30 game. It's going to suck when you wake up and you're like, oh, man, Tua only has 11 points and it's midway through the third quarter. That's going to be very stressful. But again, Tua has Tyreek, and Tyreek wants to get over on the Chiefs in any one play. That's all it takes. One play to give you a touchdown and pop you that score. Gardner Minshew, on the other hand, we go against that Cleveland game. He was awesome. He was awesome against Cleveland, but
4 touchdowns. I mean, that's why.
and 2 of them were rushing.
Yeah.
Other than that, he has 5 interceptions in the last 3 weeks. He's been playing very, very sloppy. Houston is very good against the pass. They only allow 15.71 fantasy points against the quarterbacks. That's mainly because people are running on them. They're easily to run on, and if you get a lead on them, you can just run the ball down their throats. So I am starting Tua, but I will say this. Temper your expectations. Don't expect a huge 30-point game, 25-point game. You'll be lucky to get 18 out of Tua this week. So that being said, Tua is.
I know you mentioned 5 interceptions for Gardner over the last 3 weeks. He also has 4 fumbles, so 9 total turnovers in 3 weeks, and 8 of them were in 2 weeks, for what it's worth. So
I will say though that I believe that game will be higher scoring. I think overall, I think that they will be the ones that are if anyone's going to put up 30 points this week, it's going to be the Indianapolis Colts. I don't see
only team in the league to score 20 points every game.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So I don't think that Kansas City can put up the points on the road or on that travel, and I don't think Miami's going to do it either. But Tua is a safer pick. I mean, Minshew could literally put up 3 points, and you wouldn't be surprised. Tua's never putting up 3 points. I'm just going for the floor. Man, I wish somebody would have picked. I thought you were going to pick Gardner Minshew.
Me?
Yeah, I thought you were. Dude, he's been putting up baller numbers.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was easy.
Dude, I told you to sit both running backs a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and they balled out. You were wrong.
The only person you should be starting on the Colts roster, only 2 people, Jonathan Taylor, Josh Downs, and maybe Michael Pittman.
And Michael Pittman. All right, this one's a little bit harder than Dave. DeAndre Swift versus Dallas, or Tony Pollard at Philadelphia.
That shows the Lions. That is wrong. So everybody watching right here, I just realized that's wrong.
Who is that?
It's Tony Pollard, but it has the Lions
with the wrong team behind him.
Did he get traded?
Yes.
Breaking news.
Dude, I was all screwed up making this graphic because you Google DeAndre Swift to get this picture, and it's him in a Lions jersey, so that screwed up my mind so much. Then I put him in the Eagles one, that I threw Tony Pollard in there. Just ignore that. Anyways, Tony Pollard or DeAndre Swift?
Start with you, Justin, on this one.
I'm going DeAndre Swift here. Who are they playing again?
DeAndre Swift is playing Dallas, and Dallas is playing. It's pretty much running back versus running back.
Running back versus running back. Oh shit! I'm gonna still lean towards DeAndre Swift here without looking at any stats. If I had to just pick without looking at anything, I'm going DeAndre Swift. He's got, I don't know, he gets used a lot better in that Eagles offense. I think there's more threats, so it opens him up a little bit more. I should have been ready for that.
You should have been ready for that.
I know.
Dave's the one who goes from the gut. So Dave,
Dallas first. Oh no. Okay, go ahead, Dave. I'm probably gonna.
I'm going Swift, honestly, still too. I think the Philly's offense is on fire. Swift's been really, really, really good. Pollard's been struggling the last couple of weeks. He hasn't done anything special that I can remember. I don't think he's scoring touchdowns. Obviously that could change at any given week, but I just think that Philly's defense, especially their defensive line, is really, really good. I don't expect a huge game from Pollard. Swift's catching passes. I don't know how much Pollard. I'll be honest, I don't have Pollard in any leagues, so I'm not very keen on his what he's done. But I don't think I looked at his stats recently, and it wasn't the last couple of weeks has been really down, I think. And Swift, I have him in a couple of leagues. Every week he's pretty much just scoring really, really well. So I'm going to stick with Swift.
Pollard either gets over 15 points or under 10. He's literally split in half on the season. His biggest week was a couple weeks ago against the Chargers as RB11. He started the season off great. He's not been doing great since. His big games, point-wise, have come off of a lot of targets. So if he can get used in the passing game, that'd be one thing. But with CD coming, like actually, playing ball again, and Dak knowing how to throw it to CD again, that's going to make a big difference.
Yeah. What up, Hunter? Thanks for coming, joining the show. We're talking Tony Pollard, DeAndre Swift, who we starting this week. You guys are spot on this one. Tony Pollard was supposed to be the more explosive back coming into the season. People were super excited for Tony Pollard. He's been a massive failure, a massive bust, and no one's talking about it.
I don't know about a massive bust.
Dude, are you kidding me? Okay.
Compared to where he was being drafted, as like a top 6-7 running back in the league, and he's not.
I will say this. People were so excited that Zeke is gone. I don't think Zeke's ever had a stretch where he's averaged 10.1 points in the past 4 weeks.
See, I knew I was right about him. All right, good. That makes me feel better.
Yeah, Tony Pollard has had, in the past 3 weeks, has had 3 games under 9 points. And the only game he had were over 9 points was 17, where he had 6 catches for 110 yards, total yards. He's only eclipsed 100 total yards 3 games this season. He's been very underwhelming, very, very bad. He's not getting any touchdowns, like you said, Dave. He had 2 in week 1, 0 since. When they're getting down to the goal line, they're not giving him the ball. He only has 4 red zone touches in the past 3 weeks. Carries. He's not getting the ball whatsoever. I don't know what the deal is with him. DeAndre Swift seems to be a center point in that offense, which was really weird because week 1 carry. Remember that? Remember that weird game where he had 1 carry week 1? That was it. Since
Swift?
then,
ever since then, he's been awesome.
Ever since then, he's been top dog. He's been running back 1 every single week except for week 7 against Miami and week 3 against Tampa Bay. So I guess when he goes to Florida, he's just trash. Give me DeAndre Swift all day in this. And I only bring this up because I love Swift. I've been banging the table for Swift all season long. I owe Sweep a 2nd-round pick right now. And yep.
Oh, that's right.
I'm so aggravated.
I forgot about that.
I did not.
He has to finish as like a top 8 running back?
Top 8 running back. I have to give up.
Where's he at right now?
5.
Oh, you need him to have like a really bad like week 18 or something like that to get benched.
The only problem with Swift, and Hunter brings this up. The only problem with Swift, but it's against Pollard, it's not really a big issue. The tush push. Hurts is going to get those touchdowns on the goal line every single time.
But he doesn't even need it. I mean, it'd be great if he could get them. But
they're faking that now, though. And that fake tush push went straight to Swift for a touchdown. So
did they do that? I didn't even see that.
Yeah,
really? Oh, nice.
It was like under 2 minutes left. They were up by 7, and they went. It was like 3rd and 2. They set up for the tush push inside the goal line area, and they just flung it right out to Swift.
Dude, that's awesome. I didn't see that.
So the teams are starting to figure them out. So they're like, well, here we go. We've got the the fake. So now teams have to also account for Swift in the tush push.
Yep, going Swift all day. Although he does have a bad matchup against Dallas, but guess what? Pollard has a bad matchup against the Eagles.
They both have bad matchups.
That's why I brought this one. And this is a real life.
Ranked 1 defense or ranked 3 defense. So
people are going to have to start both of these guys. They are, because the running backs are dead. All of them are dead. But I would take DeAndre Swift in this situation. The next people on our list, we're all 3 for 3. Look at that, with no disagreements. The next one on my list is a wide receiver discussion, and I'm getting to it right now. And it's going to be, you remember who it was?
Yeah,
Keenan Allen at the New York Jets, or Chris Godwin at Houston. I don't think they play Houston.
They don't, because Andy plays Houston.
I put Houston. Who did the Buccaneers play?
Oh my god!
Why did I put Houston?
Oh no, they do play Houston. Who do the Colts play this weekend?
Who the hell did the Colts play this weekend? Everything I said about Gardner Minshew is in void. Null. I'm gonna go back on that one. Did I really?
Oh, they play
up?
Carolina. That's right. Oh,
Who
god,
plays
how did
Carolina?
I forget that? They play Frank Wright.
Colts. That's right.
The Colts do.
You're good, then. Everything you said about Minshew.
You're fine.
He's fine.
Are
You're still not gonna bench Tua for him.
I'm not benching Tua for Gardner.
All right. So anyway, Chris Godwin plays the Texans. Guys, I sent that list
You
like
had one
5
job,
a.m.
man.
All right, man. It's like 5:30 in the morning. Yeah, 6:41. Anyway, Dave, where are you going on this one? We have an elite Keenan Allen, but against the Jets, who just shut down all the receivers in the world, or Chris Godwin, who's a secondary target, going against, I guess, Houston, right? Houston? Yeah, going against Houston.
Houston.
Where are we going on this one?
Keenan Allen, easily. I like Godwin. he has not been putting up the numbers I was thinking he might. He's been decent. He hasn't been terrible, but Keenan Allen's been awesome. He's the number one target. They don't have Mike Williams anymore. Palmer's a decent player, nothing bad, but
Palmer's got a
Herbert's
hamstring
looking
issue
for
too,
Keenan
so-
Allen all the time. And who's hurt?
Palmer has a hamstring issue.
Okay. So, my daughter is trying to come inside. I would go with Keenan Allen pretty easily.
Justin, are you on the same? Are we going to line up?
I am.
again?
It's targets are king for wide receivers, and Keenan Allen is
Ella?
like the 5th most targeted by average because he's had a bye week in the league. I mean, if even with a bye week, he's the 10th most targeted wide receiver in the league. He's had 11, 9, and 10. He's had 30 targets over the last 3 weeks. There's no wide receiver 2 outside of Josh Palmer at this point. Quentin Johnson is, I don't know, dead. I have no idea. Josh Palmer, again, injured. Austin Eckler, maybe he's going to get back into the offense again somehow. Gerald Everett, maybe. I don't know. But Keenan Allen is Justin Herbert's only option. They have to start winning games, so they're going to have to air it out. He's wide receiver 6. I'm going Keenan Allen here, and that's not even close.
It's closer than you think, and I'll tell you this: it's closer than you think only because Chris Godwin is getting 26 targets in the past 3 weeks, so only 4 less targets than Keenan Allen. He's caught 6, 6, and 5 with a touchdown against Detroit, Atlanta, and Buffalo. He has been putting up better numbers: 13.7, 12.6, 17.8. They are coming off. Aren't they coming off? They're coming off a Thursday night game, so a better. More rest, more preparation, a longer week. Keenan Allen's coming off a game against Chicago where he was good. 10 targets, 8 catches, 69 yards. You'd like to see more yards on that. I was afraid of Justin Herbert's injury is going to limit that offense, and it kind of did. I'm not going to say it limited it too much, but it limited a little bit. Missing Josh Palmer. He left that game early. Missing Mike Williams hurts. You got Quentin Johnson out there catching 5 for 50. He's not doing anything special. So really, if you just put sauce on Keenan and really shut him down, what else can they do? What are the New York
Okay,
Jets
but
do
does
best?
Sauce play in the slot? Because I don't think he does.
Keenan
And Keenan Allen plays a
does.
slot a lot. So there's ways to get these guys open.
No, there are ways.
I don't know.
But when Keenan Allen played against Kansas City, 9 targets, 4 catches, 55 yards, they shut him down. Look, I'm not saying that this guy will get shut down, and I'm not saying that it's going to be even close. I'm actually going to start Keenan Allen over him. But let's not pretend Chris Godwin has put up pretty decent numbers. The reason why Chris Godwin hasn't put up the numbers you want and I want and Justin wants is because he's not scoring touchdowns at all, and he's not getting any deep threat. He's getting 60 yards. He's basically just a PPR guy with no touchdowns, no upside. That's the thing.
Yeah, I agree.
But Keenan Allen's kind of the same way as well, except for he's getting way more. There was a game where Keenan Allen got 20 targets. I mean, that's going to – against Minnesota. He had 18 catches.
Yeah, I know. All they do is throw to him every fucking play.
I know.
I was like, somebody cover him, please. Like, what's happening?
But then the very next week he had against Las Vegas, he had five targets. He had, 3 catches. So this guy has had down games too. I don't think Chris Godwin has ever had a game this season. Well, he had in week 2 where he had 5. Actually, no. I lied. There's been 0 games where Chris Godwin only had 5 targets. Actually, 1. Sorry, Philadelphia. Other than that, he is getting targeted. He is. So, I don't know, man. Against Houston, easier defense. You're starting Keenan Allen, but I can see a world where Chris Godwin's better this week. Not forever, just this week. You guys are haters.
Question.
You guys don't believe.
You said the same guy. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Well, I know, but
too. I'm leaning towards Garrett Wilson, but tanking Jordan Ashton too.
No.
Not this week. I'm
Not
worried
this week.
about that offense.
Not with that backup quarterback. I don't even know his name.
Yeah, we don't even know what's gonna get.
Jaron Hall, get it right.
Jaron Hall.
Learn it.
Breece's dumb cousin or something. Who is this guy? Where'd he come from? Is he a rookie?
He's a rookie.
BYU, yeah, he's a rookie, 5th round pick.
What's going on, Cap? Do I drop Cardinals new tight end or Taysom Hill for Chuba Hubbard?
Do you have to have Chuba Hubbard?
I was gonna say,
yeah.
do you?
I would take Chuba Hubbard. Yeah, Chuba Hubbard.
I would say if I'm taking him over Big
Taysom
Pride.
Hill.
No, bull crap. Have you seen Taysom Hill?
Have you seen Trey McBride?
He had 1 good game. Taysom Hill's had 3 in a row. They're using him like crazy.
Didn't we
Fine.
just
Taysom
have
Hill
this
is a
talk,
must-start top 5 tight end right now.
Did we
We
just
had
talk about this yesterday?
We had this
Like,
exact
literally
same
just
conversation
yesterday.
on
Oh,
yesterday's
really?
show.
Yeah.
On the waiver wire show.
I was like, when did it become Tuesday again? Oh my god.
Dude, Taysom Hill's an automatic start at tight end. I'm sorry. You're not dropping him.
But I think McBride's an automatic start too. The way they target their
They got a new quarterback, so you don't know how that's going to work.
That's I was gonna bring that up. It does suck because when Dobbs was there, Dobbs targeted the tight end. Even when Ertz was there, bananas. That's why I'm excited for TJ Hawkins.
Dude, drop Spears. Drop Spears.
Oh, you can drop Spears. You know why you could drop Spears? Because you don't need him now. You may need him later. I highly doubt you'll ever need him though. Highly.
Yeah, drop Spears.
Yeah, drop Spears easily. Keep Singletary and keep Taysom, because I do believe Taysom has value, but he's so up and down. You never know when to start him. Trey McBride has that role. He is the starting tight end there, and he's going to be elite. I'm telling you guys right now. We're going to be talking about Trey McBride next year as a top 6 guy. I promise. I promise.
All I know is I would start Taysom Hill over McBride every single week right now, unless something changes. But right now he's getting carries, he's throwing the ball, and he's getting catches. He's literally doing it all. He's scoring touchdowns. Taysom Hill right now is a top 5 tight end.
Yep.
This is why I
say it, whether you want to believe it or not. It's a fact.
I just don't like
that's exactly what I said yesterday.
I just don't like guys who are super efficient. And it's going to sound terrible because obviously super efficient is awesome. But when you play like 38, 40% of the snaps and you're in there, but you're in there every time doing awesome, that's great. But eventually the odds are you're not going to score touchdowns every single time you touch the ball.
Okay, you're 100% true. The thing is, you're talking about tight ends. Every other tight end can play 90% of the snaps and get 2 catches. That's just how it is. At the tight end position right now, I will risk getting a 3-point game from him because he has a chance to get 20-point game just as much as almost anybody except for like Kelsey. Like, that's how good he's been. They're using him all over the place. He can play 40% of the snaps. When he's in there, he's getting the ball. And again, you're talking about the tight end position where there's literally 3 guys that you are must starts, and everyone else you're looking for help. And Taysom Hill right now is a top 5 tight end. You must start him if he's on your team. Unless you have Travis Kelce or Hawkinson or Andrews, you're starting Taysom Hill.
You know, I'm not going to argue with that because I do think that he is doing awesome. Since week 6, he's the tight end 2.
That's all I'm saying. Like, he's getting the work. Like, you can hate it. I hated it. But it's a fact. Like, it's what's going on.
Since week 6,
if you don't need a tight end, you can just throw him in at quarterback.
That's a dumb idea.
Fantasy.
Since week 5 or since week 6, Trey McBride is tight end 5 and Taysom Hill is tight end 2.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I knew McBride killed it this week. I didn't realize was he good the week before?
Yeah, he actually.
I guess he must have been.
He leads all the Cardinals in the past 2 weeks in targets and receiving yards. Past
Okay,
2 weeks,
good.
bro.
You know what?
Nice.
This conversation is a very good segue for our tight end start and sit of the week. By the way,
Well,
because
who
you
is
have
it?
Trey McBride or DJ Hawkinson.
First of all, this is a terrible start and
Hold
sit.
on.
I'm sorry.
You're really gonna start Jaron Hall? You're really gonna trust Jaron Hall? But then I didn't know
Yeah.
Clayton, Mr. Toon was gonna be.
And that's my point. Like,
Ricky,
I'm sorry, you're not.
Ricky or Ricky. Which
There's
Ricky do you want?
only. We already talked about it. There's 3 auto starts at tight end. You're not benching Hawkinson. I don't care who you have unless you have Hawkinson and Kelsey. You're not benching them, and then you're still probably gonna put one in the flex spot. You're just not.
What did
Exactly
Hawkinson
what you do
with
is
Jaron
throw
Hall?
one in the flex.
What did Hawkinson do with Jaron Hall? I'm curious. I generally don't.
He
know.
literally only played like the last quarter, and they threw the ball 4 times. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he caught. Actually, I think he caught 1 ball.
But you're not ready for the
drive.
offense at that point. You don't have snaps with the
That's
offense.
what I'm saying. Like,
so
you can't judge it
now
off
you
of that
practice
last.
all week. You're
And they were
making
trying to run out the
chemistry.
clock. They were up by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
All they were trying to do was run it out. They. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. That's the thing. I get it. I'm still not going to bench Hawkinson.
Where I'm at on the Vikings offense, you have a rookie quarterback coming in. Who is your reliable ball?
I was just going to say that.
reception?
He might just
Who's
only
gonna
go to
catch the ball?
Hawkinson. Yeah, like he could
Hawkinson's
be like
the only guy that you can truly rely on because Addison's still a rookie. He's going to be a rookie still, no matter how good he is. JJ is not there. You going to throw it to KJ Osborne? I'm throwing it to Hawkinson if I'm a rookie quarterback.
that's what I'm thinking might happen too. So, I mean, you don't know. I mean, it could be the same thing for Toon. Toon might just be locked in on McBride. I don't know. All I'm saying is If you're gonna give me a choice, I'm taking the guy who's been awesome.
Now,
And that's Hawkinson.
I will say this: they're playing Atlanta, Minnesota. Arizona is playing Cleveland, so there's a tougher matchup there. And I just don't know what's going to happen. I think between Atlanta and Minnesota with these two terrible quarterbacks, because let's not get it twisted. Heineke's not a great quarterback. They didn't make the decision to sit Ritter and start Heineke. They can have 50 attempts with the running backs between both teams. Like it could be a just boring snooze fest. Both quarterbacks throw 18 times or 20 times. That's why I kind of put this up here because I wanted to put up a young, up and coming tight end that I think is going to be great versus a guy who's going to have a shitty quarterback. But once Dobbs comes in, I think Hawkinson's that dude. Just for this week, I think I'd prefer Trey McBride because he is their number one option. Hollywood Brown hasn't been.
Hollywood Brown's been great. What are you talking about?
Oh, he's been good. He's been average. But
he's been very solid.
I mean, do you roster him?
Yes, I do. I start him almost every week. He's getting you like 15, 16 points almost every week.
What league are you
Except for there's a couple leagues. There were two games he had. There was 2 games he had like 7 or 8 points. Every other week, he's had like 15 plus. Go look.
With Josh Dobbs, your dude. What'd you guys give up for Josh Dobbs?
A 6th round pick.
That's such a steal.
And we got a 7th round pick back. We literally just traded up and around. So they got him for free.
Henderson
I
went
think
back.
It was a decent play.
Marquise Brown is wide receiver 21, by the way.
He's been very good. I'm telling you, he's had two. I say bad. He didn't have like not 2 or 3 points. He's had 2 weeks where he got like 7 or 8, and then every other week he's had like 14, 15, 16, 17 points. He's been very solid.
He's been solid. He's never.
That's what I'm saying.
He's never been.
He's not.
Blown.
He's had no big blow up games, but he's been very solid.
Yeah, I guess against week 6 and 7, he had 7.4 and 7.9. That's kind of like the bad taste in your mouth. You're like,
yeah, it sucks. But every other week, if he's gonna be 6 out of 8 weeks, he's gonna get me 15 points. I'm good with that. For the guy who's probably your wide receiver 2 or 3, probably your wide receiver 3.
Yeah, that's true. I am gonna say I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna go against you guys. We're not gonna agree on this one. I'm gonna start, although I am starting Hawkinson in everywhere because I roster him everywhere. I would start if I had to give a choice. I would say McBride scores more points than Hawkinson this week. I will say that, and I may be wrong. There's never a situation you're benching Hawkinson, but I will say this: I will bet anything on it that McBride scores more fantasy points this week. Anything on it.
I guess we'll see.
Anything. We are going to go ahead and have some questions out there. We have a couple right here. We'll go to him. Kicker, rest of the season.
I had to throw this one in there.
I literally don't know who Blake Groupe is.
He's the
no,
Saints
I'm not
kicker.
even kidding.
I'm
not even kidding you. I've never heard that guy's name.
Okay, so here I had to prepare for this one. Dustin Hopkins is kicker number 2 on the season. Group A is 7. And Fairbairn
the best one.
10. Fairbairn was like kicker number 2 until this past week where he got 1 point. So I'm going Hopkins. If you have to.
Who's Hopkins play for?
Cleveland.
So I will say this.
Those are important.
I'm in one league where I play with kickers. And it's
me too. It's the worst.
So week I'll tell you when I did it. Week
Is that Scott Fishbowl?
No. Well, that's 2 leagues. But week 6, this is a league I play with, and I'm really good. I'm decent. I play week 6. I just draft a kicker whenever my draft was. He's just my kicker forever until a bye week.
Yes, that's what I do. I draft a guy. I don't even look at what he does. I start him every week. And then when he has a bye week, I cut him. I pick up the next best guy. And that's my guy the rest of the season. That's all I do. I don't care about kickers at all. So I'm sorry, dude. I can't give you an honest opinion because I don't do any research.
So let me tell you what happened. I lost a matchup because of a kicker. And I said, F this. So I just went to players during waivers, said, who's the best? Filtered them by top to bottom. I noticed in this league, 1 through 6 weren't even rostered. Because everyone does the same thing.
Does it.
No, because
Nobody
they draft like Justin Tucker, who's been like kicker number 14 this year or something like that. Like you go with the old reliable, the name that you know.
Yeah, the name that you know.
Don't think about any of these new guys that are actually doing well. I found like there's a couple leagues where I have kickers and sadly constantly I just go to the leaderboard and just like Josh said, go to the leaderboard and pick up the next best one because who cares? I had Justin Tucker and Scott Fishbowl. I was like, goodbye. You're not doing me any good. So I dropped him. I was the first person to take a kicker, but I stream kickers and defenses every week. I change them every single week.
I picked up Dustin Hopkins, and since I picked, he scored 16 points, 22 points, and 8 points. He's won me the weeks where 16 and 22. He won me those weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I hate kickers. Worst thing in fantasy. Anyone on Twitter
points,
that tells you that you can analyze kickers and you can put them out there, you know who you are.
You can't.
You can't,
bro.
You
I
can't do it.
almost lost because of Carlson this week on Monday Night Football. So you got to get good kickers. He's cut on my team now, by the way.
Kickers are the worst.
Next question: bench sit, Mike Evans or Higgins?
Higgins. I am so over Mr. T. Higgins. I am beyond over.
I think you're probably right.
I saw
that was your guy. That was Alpha.
No, he's not the Alpha. He's baby back, broken ribs.
He's a baby back beta bitch.
I mean, 12 points against San Francisco. They're going up against Buffalo, who just got a lot of points scored on him by Chris Godwin. So,
but didn't Evans have like 2 catches last week or something like terrible?
Okay. I will
say he had a touchdown that saved his day.
Catches. He had 13 points last week.
Yeah, because he scored that touchdown.
In the last 2 games.
Because Buffalo focused on wide receiver 1.
In the last 2 games.
Focused on Chase.
T. Higgins has been outsnapped by Tyler Boyd in the past 2 games.
I saw this stat today.
I did too, and that's why I wanted to bring it up. Well, that's when he asked question. 54% to 89%. Boyd crushed. Then last week, Higgins only got 67% of the snaps. Boyd got 86%.
But is it because he's hurt still?
Yes.
Maybe I don't know. I was asking.
That's what I responded. I responded with, "Well, dude, broken ribs kind of hurt, or bruised ribs even hurt. Hurt ribs, period, hurt. Like,
dude, it hurts.
So when you take,
I had it happen one time.
Especially when you take hits to the middle section.
I wanted to die. I don't know how this guy's playing with it. Like, man.
So I will say this.
So hopefully he's healthier soon.
I'll take Evans because he's playing all the snaps, or at least the majority, like more than 54 and 67%. That's
yeah.
fine.
I'm keeping Higgins on my roster one more week, maybe 2.
Don't cut him. Listen,
the Bengals
Burrow is back.
Yeah, they're finally coming back. Started. You're going to be able to start Higgins here soon.
Higgins gets fully healthy. He'll be okay. He'll be the wide receiver 2 that you wanted him to be. You just got to wait it out.
And Cap, hold on. He says, I forgot I have Henderson. Didn't Henderson get demoted back to the
He did that last week too, though. They do that and then they bring him back, which is weird. But
so you can be on the practice squad and be elevated to the active roster 3 times before you officially, before a team has to declare you're now on the active roster. So they can keep bouncing back.
That's weird. Like, why don't they just keep him there? Like, can they put somebody else down there? But yeah, I think they did that last week, so I wouldn't be too worried about that yet.
Oh, this next
Cap
one's
also
tough. Puka or Nico? Puka with a quarterback that's awful, or Nico with a quarterback.
Oh, I forgot they got a QB change too.
Yeah, a lot of QB changes this week.
Damn.
Aiden O'Connor. You got so many. You have Aiden over there in Vegas. You got
that's right.
I forgot about him too. In Atlanta. You have the Rams situation.
Vikings. That's 4 that I know of.
Aiden O'Connor with a new head coach.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude. I didn't even think about that.
That's
5. Dang, that's crazy.
It's a wild week.
That's insane in 1 week. Wow.
It's funny because I'll tell this quick story after I tell you to start Puka over Nico. My brother's playing my buddy Mitch next week, and he has no quarterbacks, all on bye this week.
Oh, somebody picked them all up.
All those guys. No, he's like, he got so lucky with all his injuries because he had the most fab. He's fucking set. I'm like, that's, and of course I dropped Josh Dobbs like an idiot.
It happens.
Puka or Nico? I'm going Puka still because safety net. Cup is going to be a safety net too, but Puka's going to be more on that short end, short targets. I could expect a high target game for Puka. Nico is such in the air. You just don't know if he's going to have a awesome game, but the majority of them are bad games. Majority of them.
Dude, we saw Nico Collins get traded for 2 first-round picks in our Dynasty League. And I was like, what just happened?
When was this?
Sweep did that a couple weeks ago.
I did not see that.
It was, what league was it in? One of the leagues, like he went, and I texted him on the side. I was like, that's a lot, right? Like, did you not just offer one trade, like 1 first? Because in my head, if I had Nico Collins, someone offered me 1 first-round pick, I'm a snap accepting it. And this was early in the season, even after he was like looking really good. Even still, I'm accepting in a second. And he's like, well, I really wanted him. I need another guy. I'm like, okay, but that's a lot. And so I was just like, okay, I mean, get your guy, cool. That just seems like a lot. So we'll see what happens.
I roster Nico Collins in basic. I'm offering him a first, or I'm offering. I want a first. I'm gonna do it right now.
Wow, you didn't even know.
Uh,
All right.
That's funny.
Kenneth Walker has a tough schedule going forward. Do I trade Kenneth Walker and Mike for Cup and Warren or overpay?
Oh man, Mike, is that Mike Evans?
I'm assuming that's going to be Mike Evans for Cup and Warren. Yeah, running back and wide receiver for running back.
Warren is, you can't rely on him. I think you got to keep Walker and Mike Evans.
I'd keep Walker and Evans, especially since you don't know who the quarterback is going to be.
But I like Cup.
That is a very tough schedule. They've got Baltimore this week, which is a green matchup, and then they've got 7 straight orange and red matchups, and then Pittsburgh in week 17.
I'm keeping Walker and Mike easily in this one. You get the number 1 target there in Tampa Bay, although he has been, you need the touchdowns, but he scores touchdowns and he's going to demand the targets. And people, Kenneth Walker is not dead. Charbonnet is not, like, Charbonnet is good, but people were overhyping the Charbonnet effect. Kenneth Walker is still a top 10 running back there, even with Charbonnet. Kenneth Walker is the dude. Sorry, Warren is okay, but he's almost a zero. Like, right? You just need to, hopefully they're down and you need to get a bunch of targets. So I'm keeping taking K9 and Mike.
Especially since running backs are hard to find these days.
If it's Big Mike. Mm-hmm. If it's not Big Mike, if it's some other lame Mike, then I don't know who the Mike is. Is there another Mike in the NFL right now?
Not besides Mike Williams. That guy can't stay healthy.
Hold on, let me do
Michael Wilson, Mike
Davis, Mike Gesicki.
Oh, Gesicki, yeah, that's probably who you're talking about.
You know what then? The Cup side if it's Gesicki. If it's Gesicki, take the Cup side.
Gesicki Cup side. If it's Evans, keep him.
If it's anyone besides Mike Evans, take it.
Need 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex PPR. Okay. Walker, Mostert,
4 players.
Swift, yep. Walker, Mostert, Swift, Mixon, Puka, Evans.
Damn, that's pretty good. All right, 2 running backs. You got to go Mostert and Swift. Damn, he's got some players. Right? You got to start. But you got to start Walker too almost,
Swift.
Don't you?
I go Swift.
Well, he needs 1 receiver.
Puka.
Right? So that's got to be Puka. I think Puka or Evans. I'm probably going to go Puka.
Whoa. How do we Walker or Swift? Walker and Swift.
You're not benching Mostert.
I'm not benching.
I think I'm starting Walker, Mostert, Swift, and Puka.
But he needs 1 flex too, so you need that extra guy. You go.
No, 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex.
Yeah, so
Walker, Mostert, Swift, and Puka.
Swift, and Puka.
Okay, I go Walker, Swift.
You're not gonna say Mixon over Mostert. And I like Mixon, but you can't bench Mostert. That offense could blow up for 40 points again, and Mostert scores 3 touchdowns.
I'm so worried about Kansas City this week. I'm so worried. And this is this as a person who roots for the Dolphins. I'm so worried that they're going to be so pissed that they got their embarrassed against Denver. I am so worried that
Chris Jones is a problem. I get it.
But I'm just worried that freaking Mahomes going to come out, throw 5 touchdowns. They're going to be in catch-up mode all game. Like, I am so terrified of this game.
Mostert catches balls too. That's the thing.
I know he does, but they
don't really have anybody else.
They've been getting bullshit. I watched the whole game. They've been putting this Ahmed guy in here like a bum. This guy coming in here taking this guy coming in here taking touchdowns and carries and red zone targets away. If you watched the game, you saw it. We're like, who's it? 26? It's not Mostert. Was
it Salvon Ahmed?
Yeah.
I didn't
4
know
targets,
he was
4 receptions, 5 points.
Wow, that motherfucker.
Yes. Every
First
time
of all,
was in,
where's Jeff Wilson? Because I love that guy, and he is not getting the touches I was hoping he would get.
No, they're giving it to Ahmed. They're giving it to all this fucking guy. It is
damn it, Mike
aggravating. It's so
I'm still starting Walker, Mostert, Swift, and Puka.
I agree. I can agree with that. We'll all, but I will say Mixon. I wouldn't be surprised if Mixon outscores Mostert.
They're playing Buffalo.
I still wouldn't be surprised. Houston's offense might be doomed with their center going down. Defenses are forcing. Yeah, they are gonna run with Pierce, and Pierce is awful.
Pierce sucks.
Awful. I met Ahmed. He's good people. Well, he's good people. Sure. I'm sure he is. This guy's freaking taking targets away. What a jerk off.
Once A-Chain comes back, it'll be nice.
It's A-Chan.
He's the Jamal
Whatever his
Williams
name is.
of the Miami Dolphins.
Who is?
Ahmed.
No,
The
Ahmed. You know
Jamal
who he is?
Williams of the Miami Dolphins.
No, because Jamal Williams scored touchdowns, and you could start him. This guy's like the Kyle Juszczyk. Comes in here, gets like he's fucking useless. You're never gonna start him. And then when he scores a touchdown, you're like, well, that helped nobody. Literally. Who's the asshole team, by the way? I just want to say this. Who's the asshole team who let their fullback score a touchdown and they try to do it again? Does anyone remember that play?
Dude, there was a game where I was like, who just scored a touchdown? I don't even remember who it was. I was like, who is this guy? I've never heard of him in my life. And he took a touchdown away from, I think, a player that I needed to score.
Of course.
But I don't remember who it was. I cannot remember the team. He had 1 carry, 1 yard, and a touchdown. I was like, who is this fucking fuck?
But they did it again. They tried to give him another touchdown in the same game last week.
I didn't see that.
Everyone was hot where I was. I'll tell you that right now.
It's probably Atlanta since they're always using backups. So
it was not definitely not Atlanta.
Andrew Beck, Houston Texans fullback.
There you go. Yeah.
Pausing for a 1 yard out.
Yes. Because I was like on this fucking guy. And I'm like, I like Beck. It's a good band. But this guy.
That's what it was. I was hoping for a Schultz TD. That's what it was.
And I was hoping for a CJ. That's right. I was hoping for CJ Stroud to do anything. Literally anything. Guy's a bum.
Yeah.
Should I trade Ford and Higgins or Ford for Higgins?
Yes.
Only one running backs are.
I did that. Yeah. Because you got Hall,
Brian Robinson,
Cook, and Robinson. You got 3 decent players.
Yeah, you got 3 guys.
And I think Higgins has more upside later going on the season.
Higgins is you can sell.
I made that
you can
exact
buy
same
Higgins
trade
right now.
2 weeks ago. I made that exact same trade. Ford for Higgins.
I dig that, yeah, because you're gonna buy low on Higgins and you're stacked. You're stacked at running back. Is there any more questions out there? Are we gonna get on out of here?
I mean, that's it.
All right, Justin, you want to play that music or do you want me to play it?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I love this jam right here. Well, guys, that's going to do it for us for the week. Dave's a little tired tonight. Didn't give you the energy we wanted, but that's okay, Dave. Thanks for showing up.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're always here. Oh, my buddy 23423. You haven't been here in a while.
What's up?
It's
Do
been
the
a
Patriots
while.
win? Who do they play? No, they don't win.
No, Patriots.
I think they lose.
I don't even know.
We don't even know.
No.
Big D Mac Daddy's a joke.
The reason I think no, because I did my pick'ems this week, earlier, and I don't think I picked the Patriots, so I'm saying no.
I bet you they're on a bye, and we don't even know. Do I have Ramondre Stevenson in my lineup? No, they're not on a bye. The Patriots are ass. Ramondre Stevenson better get it right, and Demario Douglas better be a baller. I'll say that right now.
Good luck with that.
Demario Douglas, go pick him up. But we're going to get on out of here. Peace out, guys.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. Follow on X and Instagram at OUSFFPOD. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.